We call it the heavy leg syndrome. It starts around 2 p.m., and by dinner time, your ankles feel like they have disappeared. You might see a sock line dug deep into your skin, or you might feel like you are walking around with concrete blocks attached to your feet. Many of you worry this is heart failure or just getting old. But in this specific climate, it is often a simple physics problem. It is the heat. When the temperature rises, your blood vessels expand to cool you down. And because it is too hot to walk outside, we get trapped in the air conditioning, we stop moving. This is the AC trap. The heat expands the veins and the lack of movement stops the pump. The result? Stagnant fluid. Now, your doctor might have prescribed water pills to flush it out, and while those have their place, water pills dehydrate the whole body, not just the ankles. They can leave you dizzy and drained. But what if you could drain that specific fluid naturally using a simple mechanical movement without leaving your chair? You might think this is just old age or fat, but it's actually a pressure problem happening inside your veins right now. To fix it, we need to understand exactly how the heat has sabotaged your body's natural valves. Let's look inside the vein to see why the balloon effect is happening to you. In a perfect world, this keeps you from overheating, but for your legs, this expansion creates a mechanical failure. Your veins have tiny one-way valves inside them. When the vein gets too wide from the heat, those valve doors cannot touch anymore. They stop sealing. This is the balloon effect. Gravity pulls the blood down through those leaking valves and it pools at the lowest point, your ankles. The pressure builds up so high that fluid actually leaks through the vein walls and into your skin tissue. That is the tightness and shine you see. So while water pills might dry out your blood, they do not fix the fact that the pipe is still too wide and the valve is still leaking. We cannot change the weather, but we can change the pressure. We need to activate the manual pump hidden in your lower leg.
You see, your main heart is powerful, but it has a design flaw. It pumps blood down easily, but it struggles to pull it back up against gravity, especially when the heat has widened those veins like we just saw. That is why your body was built with a backup system. Medical experts actually call this your second heart. It is the calf muscle pump. But here is the trick that changes everything. Most people try to fix swelling by standing up and walking, but to pump the deep veins where the fluid is trapped, you actually need to sit down. When your knee is bent, you target the soleus muscle. This deep muscle contains large venous sinuses, literal pockets of blood. When you contract it, it empties those pockets like squeezing a toothpaste tube. So, let's activate it. Sit tall with your feet flat. Now, lift your heels as high as they can go, pressing your toes into the floor. Hold at the top for 2 seconds. Squeeze hard and lower slowly. That squeeze creates the pressure needed to blast the fluid past those leaky valves. Do not bounce. This isn't the race, it is a pump. Up, squeeze, and down. Perform this for 2 minutes. You are literally manually laboring the stagnant water out of your ankles and sending it to your kidneys. Pumping the fluid up is step 1. But if you have been on your feet all day in the humidity, sometimes the pump isn't enough. Sometimes we need to completely flip the laws of physics to drain the tank. Let's move to protocol 2. We are going to use gravity as our ally, not our enemy. Now, pumping is excellent for prevention, but let's be honest. After a long day in the heat, sometimes your legs just feel too heavy to move. When you get home and your ankles are throbbing, we need a solution that requires zero effort. We need to let gravity do the work for us. This is Protocol 2, the gravity reversal. You might know it as legs up the wall, but we are going to do it with a specific medical twist. First, a warning. Simply putting your feet on a footstool isn't enough. That is just horizontal. We need elevation. To physically drain fluid back to your kidneys, your feet must be higher than your heart. We call this the 45-degree rule. You don't have to be a gymnast. Just lie on your bed or the floor and prop your legs up on a stack of pillows or against the headboard. In this position, the valves that were leaking are now wide open in the right direction. The fluid has no choice but to drain. Now, to speed this up by 50%, we add the lymphatic sweep. While your legs are up, take your hands and gently stroke your skin. Think of it like petting a cat. Gentle, rhythmic strokes from your ankle down towards your thigh. You are guiding the water home. This manual assistance clears the backlog in your lymph nodes, making room for the fresh blood to circulate. Spend 5 minutes here. By now, your legs are drained mechanically. But here is the catch. If you don't fix the chemical imbalance in your blood, that fluid is going to rush right back down the moment you stand up tomorrow morning. We have treated the symptom. Now we must treat the chemistry. We have mechanically drained the legs using gravity. But if your blood chemistry is off, your body will simply fight to fill those ankles back up again. This brings us to Protocol 3, the chemical balance. And we have to start with a paradox that confuses almost everyone. You might think, I'm already holding too much water, so I should stop drinking, right? That is actually the worst thing you can do in this heat. When you get dehydrated in the Florida sun, your body enters drought mode. Your kidneys panic and hoard every single drop of fluid they can find. And what does the body use to hold on to that water? Salt. Sodium is like a magnet. In the South, we love our salty snacks. But salt acts like a sponge in your tissues, trapping fluid right where gravity pulls it. Your ankles. You don't just need less salt. You need the antidote to salt. You need potassium. Think of potassium as the anti-sponge. When you eat potassium-rich foods, it physically forces the sodium and the trapped water out of your body. So, here is your prescription. Instead of a water pill, I want you to make a flush drink. Slice up a cucumber and put it in your water. Cucumbers are nature's diuretic. Or have a banana. These foods tell your kidneys, the drought is over. Release the floodgates. This signals your body to let go of that stagnant swamp water in your legs and flush it out through your bladder. Now you have the complete picture. You have the mechanical pump, the gravity drain, and the chemical flush. But before you go, we need to talk about how to fit this into your day without it feeling like a chore. Because the goal isn't just thinner ankles. The goal is getting you back out into the world. So, you now have the complete toolkit to survive the southern summer. You have the mechanical pump, the gravity drain, and the chemical flush. These aren't just exercises. They are your daily defense against the laws of physics that try to trap you indoors. Because the tragedy isn't the swelling itself. The tragedy is when you stop going to the beach or the park or the golf course because you are afraid of your own legs. When you take control of your circulation, you don't have to fear the heat. You just have to manage it. And remember, if your swelling goes down overnight with these tips, it likely isn't your heart failing you. It's just gravity doing its job. Imagine sliding your feet into your shoes tomorrow morning without a struggle. Imagine looking at your ankles and actually seeing the bone again. That is freedom. And living in this beautiful region should be about freedom, not confinement. If this video helped you understand your body better than your last doctor's visit, please hit that like button. It helps us reach other seniors struggling in the heat. And make sure to subscribe. We are building a community here dedicated to aging with strength, no matter what the thermometer says. Now, swelling often leads to night cramps. If you wake up screaming with a Charlie horse, you need to watch this video next. It explains why the salt we talked about today might be the missing link to your sleep. Stay cool, keep pumping, and I will see you in the next video.